Hello and welcome to Paul's Engaged channel. We've got a difference today. I'm not going to show you my layout, which is still under the bed and still waiting to be sold. So what I thought I'd do is some of the items I'm going to put on eBay, but I thought I'll give you a review of them before they go to auction. As you know, I was going to build a layout with a dairy as the main focus, tankers coming in and out. So I've got a few different tankers, but as I said, I'm not going to be able to finish my layout. So I thought what I'll do is instead I shall do reviews of some of the wagons. I'll buy them and then sell them off on eBay or wherever. So today I've got Peco, Engage obviously, United Dairies, Milk Wagons, sorry, they're 10-foot Milk Wagons, and these ones are the white ones with United Dairies, glass lined, there you go. Nice little models these are. I shall put them down on the track. I shall show you in a minute, and then I shall put it on the track and we can do a close-up and see what the details are like. Here we have the United Dairies Peco 10-foot wagon. It's glass lined milk tank, and as you can see it's white and it's on the 10-foot bogies, and yes, from a distance it looks really good. I mean, you're not going to get real close to these on a layout anyway, but it comes in a nice little plastic carrier, and they're well packaged, and these are held in place by some cellophane wrapper to keep it snug in the box. All I'll say is that yeah, it looks really good. It's not being thrown about, because I just bought these from a supplier. I went to the local model shop, and I bought a couple of these. A couple I got from eBay, and a couple I got from some train shows. Anyway, let's get this one out, and we will put it on the track and have a closer look. And here it is, off packaging. As you can see, it's not a great deal of underframe detail. Looks like a representation of maybe air brakes, but I don't think that is. I think that's just the NEMS. And it's got brakes, brake shoes quite close to the wheels, which is quite good. They're not touching, and the wheels do seem to be quite freewheeling, although they are only plastic. They're not a great amount of drag on them, I would have said, but yeah, they're quite good. I'm trying to get in the light there for you. As you can see, it's got buffers, and they're obviously not sprung, and at this gauge I wouldn't have expected them to be. They're just there as a representation. You've got ladders on either side going up to the top of the wagon with tank openings, covers. No walkway on the top of these ones, but they were never there. But you've got pretty good detail. You've got rivets, and you got the cross beams, tension rods to keep the glass tanker still and safe, hopefully, from when it's travelling. I believe these were quite free in that they were compensated, so they didn't break around, because obviously if you've got a glass lined tank, you've got to be careful you're not going to break glass. They're pretty sturdy built, these were. I'll give you a bit more detail later on. As you can see, pretty good, and I think they were pretty well chunky from the drawings that you see on the internet. And I did see one of the preserved railways, and yeah, they look roughly as the model. I would say the ladders are a bit chunky for the scale, but then again, you can only get so far with these models, and these are pretty reasonable. These are about £12 a model. You see, you got your detail on bogies. So you've got springs, and you've got rockers, and then you've got your brakes, your brake lever there. If I turn it around, excuse my thumb, my finger, the other side's pretty much the same. There is a brake lever towards here, and then obviously you've got your coupling. Right, let's put it onto a little bit of track. And there's it on a piece of track now. It sits quite nice, and it does run quite freely. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get my finger in that. And there you see it on its track. Wheels are pretty good, and they fit okay. It is quite free rolling. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to get my finger in now. There is a bit of drag on it when it goes on a track, but that's understandable. Wheels, I haven't gauged the wheels, so I don't know if they're the right, what the gauge between the two wheels are, but they run well, and they don't touch the tyres and the track, so there's no bouncing and that on there. I'll try and run it for you. Yeah, very difficult when you're holding the camera, but it looks great. I've got two of those. I'm not going to put them both on the track because it's not really worth it, but you can get a nice little rake going together, and they are what they are really. Ideal for up to 1930s, 1935 era, and they were quite plentiful. There wasn't a huge amount, but you used to get rakes of 10, 20 of these, and then they get dropped off at various in milk producing plants. Vauxhall was one, but a lot of them are dotted over the county. Picked up from distribution points where farmers used to either drop off churns in the old days, or they had a lorry come along and download a load of milk. These were then filled up, and they went off to the main dairies. Like I say, Vauxhall was one. I used to have to go into, I think it was Clapham Junction, and then back into the Vauxhall station, and they were unloaded and they went across the road. But I should give you more details later on. But yeah, that's really good. I shall give you another video next time of some of the other vans, tanks. Right, thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and remember, like, subscribe, comments, and continue watching. As I say, I'm just going to do some of these. They're not super videos. I don't give them any ratings other than if they're good or bad. I can't find any faults on these. They look great. The details are fine for what they for the scale. The actual writing, lettering is nicely presented, and I think for the value, for the money you pay. Yeah, they're a bit expensive nowadays, but they're still good value for the money. Right, I'll show you some more later on.